Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left behind or forgotten. Not even when Disney decides to revisit a beloved childhood classic and bring it to life in a whole new way. Today we're diving into the live-action remake of Lilo and Stitch, comparing it with the iconic 2002 animated film, exploring what's new, what's familiar, and ultimately answering the big question, is it worth seeing? Let's get into it. If you grew up in the early 2000s, you know that Lilo and Stitch wasn't just another animated film with a cute sidekick. It was a story about grief, resilience, feeling out of place, and finding connection in the most unexpected ways. It was weird, emotional, funny, and way deeper than you'd expect from a movie about a little alien that looks like a blue koala on espresso. And now, in 2025, we've got a live-action version that brings us right back to Hawaii, and honestly, it does a lot of things right. Visually, the film is gorgeous. The Hawaiian landscapes are captured with so much warmth and vibrancy you can almost feel the ocean breeze. The pace is gentle, giving the story room to breathe and the emotional moments space to land. And Stitch? Stitch is still very much Stitch. He's been recreated with state-of-the-art effects that feel grounded and believable while still keeping that chaotic energy we all love. The CGI isn't flashy, it's purposeful. He moves, reacts, and expresses himself in a way that makes him feel totally alive, without ever slipping into the uncanny valley. But where this remake really shines is in the emotional core. The new Lilo is an absolute standout. The young actress brings so much authenticity to the role. She's quirky, sensitive, stubborn, and incredibly relatable. She doesn't feel like she's acting like Lilo, she is Lilo. And the dynamic between her and Nanny is still the emotional backbone of the story. Their relationship is raw, complicated, loving, and you can feel the weight of their shared history in every glance, every argument, every hug. What impressed me the most is how the film doesn't try to carbon copy the original scene by scene. Instead, it captures the heart of the story, themes of family, identity, belonging, and acceptance, and reinterprets them in ways that feel current. It understands that audiences have changed. Families face different kinds of challenges today. Kids carry different types of emotional weight. And this remake honors that, updating the context while keeping the soul intact. There's also a clear effort to represent Hawaiian culture more respectfully and authentically. The island doesn't feel like a cartoon backdrop. It feels alive, textured, meaningful. The music supports that beautifully, blending ambient island rhythms with emotional undertones. The soundtrack still makes room for Elvis, thankfully, but also features some fresh, culturally resonant tracks that give certain scenes more emotional weight than you'd expect. And yes, there are a couple of musical moments where the heart and the setting align in just the right way, lifting scenes that could have felt simple into something quietly magical. And let's talk about how the story hits emotionally. It's not loud or overly dramatic. The film allows quiet moments to carry weight. Whether it's Lilo sitting alone feeling misunderstood, or Nanny trying to hold it all together with a forced smile, the film trusts us to feel the story rather than over-explain it. That subtlety makes the emotional beats more genuine, less of a punch in the face and more of a tug at the heart. What I also really appreciated is how the remake keeps the humor in check. Stitch is still chaotic, don't worry, but the comedy is woven more naturally into the story. It never undermines the emotional stakes. Instead, it strikes a nice balance between absurdity and heart, which is exactly what made the original so special. By the time you reach the end, you're not just revisiting a favorite childhood movie, you're experiencing a renewed version of it. One that stands on its own. It doesn't rely solely on nostalgia. It earns your emotional investment all over again. So, is it worth seeing? Absolutely. If you love the original, this remake is like catching up with an old friend who's grown, changed a little, but still has the same soul. It'll make you smile, maybe tear up, and definitely remind you why you loved these characters in the first place. And if you've never seen Lilo and Stitch before, how? This is a beautiful entry point into a world that's equal parts messy, heartfelt, and unforgettable. It's not just a rehash. It's a thoughtful reimagining. A film that respects where it came from while embracing where it's going. And hey, if you made it this far, mahalo. Don't forget to drop a like, leave a comment down below telling me what you thought of the film, or what you'd do if you adopted an alien, and of course, hit that subscribe button. Because around here, just like in Lilo and Stitch, Ohana means nobody skips a video. Catch you next time, and try not to destroy any major cities with plasma cannons, okay?